I'm George Riles. I'm here at Last Chance Archery because it's time for another thing a week. Okay, just so you know, you should subscribe. Only 20% of you that are watching this right now are actually subscribed. There's a few benefits to that. A, you get notified. B, I'm going to do some giveaways. You might win a free lesson. Jonathan at Last Chance Archery, they're going to do some giveaways too. Use shirts and hats and stuff. So make sure that you subscribe, and periodically throughout the filming of Thing of Weeks, we're going to give away a few things. So make sure that you're subscribed. Also, you can get lessons from me at improvemyarchery.com. That's improvemyarchery.com. You can do it online, which works really great. You can also come to Archery Learning Center and do it in person, and I can go through all your stuff and watch you shoot and do the whole bit. So we can do all of that at improvemyarchery.com. I can also come to your archery shop or your club and put on a whole weekend. I go all around the world and I do these weekend workshops, and you can have one at your club or your archery shop. All you have to do is contact me. You can do it through YouTube, or you send me an email or whatever. I'm not hard to find. And we'll pick a weekend that works out for you, and I'll be there, and we'll have 20 of your closest friends. We can have a workshop together, and contact me through improvemyarchery.com. Okay, so here we go. It's time for another Thing a Week. Hey everybody, George Riles at Last Chance Archery. It's time for another Thing a Week. I'm answering a question. Spinnaker at Spinnaker Construction, you're a winner. So send a message to us through our YouTube channel and let us know how we can get in touch with you, and we'll send you a little care pack from Last Chance Archery for asking a great question. And it says, I shoot every day. I use a thumb button and am most part pleased with my results. I started playing with a hinge of the same brand, similar shape, other than that the button is a 3-finger and the hinge is a 4-finger. My results with the hinge are very tight groups, always to the right. At 60 yards, it's over 3 inches to the right. Good heights and tight groups, but always to the right. Why is this? Okay. So here is usually what the problem is. So this is an UltraView button, and UltraView's hinge is the identical shape as the button. But even though they're the identical shape, they got the identical throat length, a lot of times people see a difference in impact, and here is why. Most people, when they use a button, they set up a very balanced grip, they draw the bow back, anchor, put their thumb on the button, and then they stretch to make it fire. Here's where the difference is. With a hinge, they'll grab the thumb bar on the hinge and turn the release this way and take their ring finger out of it to make sure that it's safe and it's not going to fire. So you're shooting the hinge from this angle versus shooting the button from this angle. Now notice when I do this versus this. So you see the difference in deflection between the release when I change my hand position? That little bit of deflection there is what the difference is between hitting right or left. So you can set your hinge up to where you have a good balanced grab in the release when you start, or you can just note if it's 3 inches, like 1 full ring to the right at, say, 50 meters, you'll just know that if you go to your hinge from your button, that 1 full turn on the knob is what you need for your hinge to hit in the middle, right? So oftentimes I've had shooters that like to flip-flop back and forth between hinge and button, and they just know how many clicks it takes to be in the bullseye with each one. So you can balance your grip so that they're both even, Steven, and equal, or you can just note how many clicks it takes and then make that adjustment when you swap back and forth between releases. I always encourage everybody to fully learn how to use the release and master that before they start switching back and forth with the releases. But just knowing how many clicks it takes so between one or the other will be enough to get you by if you have to swap release aid types. So there it is, Spinnaker Construction. If you just contact us through YouTube to Last Chance Archery. We're going to get you a little care package, a little swag bag, and I'm going to give you a code for a free lesson, and we can talk together about your release. So I'll see you guys next time on Thing a Week.